said, it says that when the looting starts, the shooting starts, and so it's just not in good taste. It's nothing that is necessarily illegal. At the same time, we don't want to encourage people to be taking to arms to be able to move forward with violence. Not a good situation. The day has been busy with President Trump. We also then decided to break ties as we shift our conversation more towards the unrest, unfortunately, of what's happening between China and Hong Kong. China is forcing their security laws upon Hong Kong. Secretary Pompeo has recognized that Hong Kong no longer is an independent state having the autonomy that they used to have. We're not the only country that is in agreement that this should not be done, where China is basically no longer allowing Hong Kong to have the freedoms that they have had for many years. The UK, Canada, Australia have both come out and vocalized their agreement that they do not agree with the way that Beijing is handling the autonomy or really the restriction now of that autonomy with Hong Kong.
You're gonna eat it, thank you.
Protests and unrest in that city.
Right.
No.
And then a journalist was arrested earlier today while working and while reporting. The journalist's name is Mark Menace.
And so we're still seeing a restriction on that, and so it's kind of alarming that we have this still occurring where people are traveling, of course, this is illegally across the border between the U.S. and Mexico. Before we break for a quick commercial here, folks, we'll be able to make sure that some of the videos that we've shown you of some of the protests, we know that some of them might be a little bit graphic in nature as police have tried to control the massive protesters that are occurring in other parts of the world. So we appreciate all the other media that have provided some of that video content, like CNN and Metro.co.uk, and also, of course, that Facebook feed that the unfortunate incidents that occurred with George Floyd. We're going to come back, folks, with more news and talking about what's happening in the rest of the world.
Hi, this is Charlotte Gordon. You may remember making the morning news. We know that finding the right team for your painting project can be overwhelming. And if not done right, a painting project can easily go over your budget. At CertaPro Painters of Central Houston, our professionals will ensure your residential or commercial painting projects run smoothly and are convenient for your schedule. And we leave time for what matters most. CertaPro of Central Houston has been serving the Houston metro area for more than a decade and has a solid reputation. You can read reviews from our clients.
That relationship between Hong Kong and China, what that relationship is looking like. I think now we have talking about COVID-19 and the struggle that we're having with its effect on businesses here in the United States.
That is two phones.
For those of you that might not know, 2/3 of consumption is what makes up the U.S. economy. A big part of that being the restaurant business. We are going to have someone in to talk about how that's affected.
Please leave a message after the beep.
I'm hearing that we're having some technical difficulties in connecting the two together. But as we look at this, as states are reopening the borders, they're allowing restaurants to be able to have access. The concern is that you're only filling up about 25 to 50% of capacity, and so a lot of businesses, restaurant owners have said we're concerned with a lot of lack of patrons is leading to lack of revenue,
Tax.
and that then they can't
10% of the tax.
Hi. Yeah.
Tax ruling.
Act.
Oh, yeah, me.
In talking with one restaurant owner yesterday, they mentioned that they were actually very well positioned. They actually had a lot of presence online and delivery, and so shifting into this time period where it's
and a third warehouse even to be able to process a product and maintain a social distance. Because the last thing that we want is what you see in the meat plants in Iowa and other places, that the food bank got infected. Now you're not, sure that if you can eat the food from the food bank. So being able to maintain that trust from the community is of, important, great importance to us right now.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, we've seen in Iowa that approximately more than 500 employees got infected.
Number one, if you have the time and the energy, please go to houstonfoodbank.org and register, volunteer. It's only a 4-hour shift. At the same time, if you yourself have been blessed during this time and you are employed, you aren't concerned about the food on your own table and your instability, please have a look at volunteering and donating if you can. $1 on their website can go a long way as they're able to leverage their ability to buy through food assistance programs. And you heard Michael mention that they're serving over $1 million pounds worth of food every single day. For those of you that don't know, the Houston Food Bank is the world's largest food bank. And they serve an amazing amount of people, especially during this time. They're in need of volunteers. When you're going to a restaurant, it sounds like they're doing all that they can to be able to make it safe. It'll be very interesting to see what restaurants really come out of this COVID-19 in a stronger way. We have a lot of things pressing against them. Not only is it reduced amount of patrons, right? Because they only can serve 50% in most states. And then on top of it, you already heard they have really low margins, and then now they're having a problem with supply chain of getting food due to some of these processing plants, as you mentioned, right? What was that in Iowa? How many?
Yeah, in Iowa, approximately 55 people, 20% of their staff, including management and workers, were infected with COVID-19.
And so that is a massive plant, right? To have that many people working there.
Yeah, well, approximately. I mean, they have approximately over 2,000 people, but it's 555 people, contaminated with COVID-19. That's a big number. So therefore, they had to close the doors to prevent further spread of COVID-19.
Wow.
Wait.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break that we have talking with the NBA, the Major League Baseball, the MLS. They are all looking at ways that they can actually start their season. So they are basically welcoming any idea at this point as they're brainstorming process. But they definitely have mentioned that it will be a fanless, spectatorless experience. On to other news as we look at tomorrow, we have SpaceX. They're looking to have another launch.
That's right, but it's going to depend on the weather. We're hoping that SpaceX will launch tomorrow, but again...
Yesterday I talked about what's occurring. She mentioned it's not just the weather there in Florida, but it's the weather all the way up as the shuttle goes past the northeastern part of the United States and up past through Canada. You have to start looking at weather patterns pretty far away as it takes, about a day?
Yeah, it takes about a day to get into space, and they don't know exactly how long they're going to be there, but at least a day to get into space. But yeah, definitely the weather has to be good for them to be able to launch safely. Otherwise, NASA won't launch.
Safety being the first primary goal for those astronauts that are going to be heading out there into space. Very exciting times, that's for sure. Something to look out for. Watch this weekend, especially since there aren't any sports yet being televised. All right, folks, we're going to take a push. So that's truly a social distancing sport. The only thing that you do is that tennis. So maybe they put an X and that becomes your ball, and then the other person wouldn't touch your tennis ball, and the other person would stay in the court.
Yeah, well, I think that the French Open, obviously, it's been canceled, and so has the British Open. But I think the U.S. Open that's going to take place in September, right? August, September. I think they're hoping to have that they will be able to play and not cancel it. So.
And it's definitely one of those sports you can't do virtually. I don't think they can play the Wii.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
All right, folks, we hope you have a safe weekend as we close things out here. We want to wish you a safe weekend and make sure that you do things that are going to keep you out of safe harm. So remember to wear a mask if you're going to go out and about, especially when you're doing those errands or those essential business things. At the same time, if you are going to protest, please do it safely. Remember that justice is going to be served, and it sounds like it's going to be done quickly. All right, everybody. Thanks again. This is Sherman from Now Media News.
And this is Maite Ballesteros. Have a great rest
Wait,
of the
what she say?
weekend.
She goes. It's recording. It's recording. Oh, it's just they just stopped.